Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following House Arryn and King Daemon of the Mountain, River, and Vale. And in that last episode, we finally went to war against the Southern Vale, took back the Gates of the Moon, which were, although held by a member of House Arryn, which is probably how we were able to traverse up to the Eyrie during that time, having somebody an Arryn in the Gates of the Moon probably made that easier, even though the rest of the land, other than this, like all of this here, including Donnersdown, was held by House Weatherwax. So we managed to bring all of the land surrounding the Eyrie back under our direct control. We gave out a title to Tegan, our best friend and loyal companion here. We gave him Donnersdown. If we can get him a duchy title, we will certainly try. I mean, there's the possibility that one day we might have to take like the duchy title from one of these guys here. If that's the case, I mean, Iron Oaks or Hearthome, we might give that to Tegan if we somehow get those titles. We'll see. That's no guarantee. But in any case, that was successful. Now, some people have been asking a little bit about the history of House Arryn and our legacy and how we descend from, say, a character you might know, like Jon Arryn from the Game of Thrones books and show. Well, let us take a little look. So we can trace our lineage back up to, obviously, our still living father, Paxter Arryn here. He is now known as the Mad Falcon, and to that effect, although he has been going a little bit mad in his old age, he has seemingly of his own accord, perhaps not, stepped down as our spy master, and now Valessa, the priestess of R'hllor, has somehow managed to make her way into the position of spy master. Now, our character is obviously not really a big fan of this strange priestess of fire. We are a very zealous follower of the faith of the Seven. I don't know if we trust her completely, but somehow, she probably got one over on Lord Bastion and Barry and Blandish, Lord Lewin. I think she got the rest of our council to basically support her in this push to become the spy master. So we didn't really have a lot of choice. We'll see if she proves to be loyal or not. But in any case, yeah, she has made it to the position of spy master. And before we jump into the dynasty thing, I do want to just take care of one small thing here. And that is, I do feel like there needs to be a reward for another vassal who has served us quite well. And we need to fill this position anyways, Master of the Hunt. And I think a very fitting character for that would be Lord Godric, the Black Dragon of Mori. Now, he has been an excellent warrior for us for quite a few years now, and he has proven himself to be relatively loyal as well. We haven't had any reason not to trust him. I don't know if we know about his Blackfyre heritage or not yet. I mean, he bears the sigil. So we probably, at this point, I'm sure we know that he is descended from House Blackfyre, but he's earned his loyalty, or our loyalty, in the meantime. So we are going to give him that position. He's excellent at it as well, which is perfect. So there we go. So now we have a Master of Hunt, which is quite good. So our father, he has really gone down in his age. I mean, he just wants to sleep with whatever he can get his hands on. He's reclusive. He's got the lover's box. I imagine our father is somebody we're probably kind of embarrassed about. He's the type of person who, likes to drink. He likes to, bang any kitchen wench that comes his way. He likes to just really live it up. I mean, he's arrogant. He's craven. Yeah, this is not a character we looked up to, or that we probably have some fondness to him as our father, but I don't think we respect him. And I don't think that we really, probably go out of our way to interact with him all that much. He is a little bit of an embarrassment, I think. So that is our father. He's being pushed out of his position at court here. So I don't think we're sad to see him go. I don't know if we're happy to see Valessa in this position, but we'll see how it all plays out in that regard. So that was our father. His father and the previous Lord of the Eyrie was Lord Jasper. Now, Lord Jasper was, as you can see here, executed on the orders of Lord Garbin Strongarm. Now, Lord Garbin Strongarm is of House Weatherwax. Now, he was not the Lord Paramount or anything. Essentially, and I'm not exactly sure how this all went down because I wasn't playing these characters at the time. What I suspect happened was Lord Garbin made the play for power by killing our grandfather here. He had him executed anyway. So he imprisoned him, had him executed, and then it was Lord Garbin who ended up becoming, well, actually you can see here, he was the Lord Paramount. So yeah, he executed the previous Arryn, ruler of the Eyrie, to solidify his power in the Vale. This is when House Weatherwax ruled all of the Vale as the Lords Paramount, and that was after our great-grandfather's time. So our great-grandfather was Lord Sarman, and if you remember from the House Peak playthrough, Lord Sarman, who is the son of Jon Arryn, who you will know from Game of Thrones, Lord Sarman was not a good guy. He was a murderer. He was an adulterer. He was a seducer, but a blade master as well. Look at his traits: sadistic, zealous, vengeful, wrathful. This was a horrible, horrible person. Really just almost as bad as you can get here. And it is no wonder that he was ousted from his position. Now, if we take a look at the title history here, yeah, here you go. We can see that. So we had Lord John of the Vale. He died. He passed away. Then his son, Lord Sarman, inherited, followed by Lord Jasper inheriting. That was when the House of Weatherwax was installed by faction demand. Then Lord Jasper was imprisoned and executed. So installed by faction demand, and then he imprisons and executes the previous Lord Paramount. That is blood feud worthy stuff, if you're asking me. And then House Weatherwax has held it for quite some time after that. So mostly during the reign here of Lord Paramount Daros. Don't worry about all of these kind of things. It just gets a little buggy when you're setting up these scenarios. So that is basically the history of our lineage, the kind of rivalry, the feud that we have with House Weatherwax, and that's why we're acting against them more strongly than, say, Strong Song, who we've got reasonable relations with. So that's kind of the history there. Greetings, my perceptive liege. I have arrived in the Eyrie to pay homage to you and show my loyalty. I hope my pledge of submission alone is evidence of my honor. It certainly is, Tegan. Come on in. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Lord Tegan, who is soon announced and ushered before me. He kneels in deference, offering nothing but his oath to faithfully serve as a vassal of the kingdom. At last I bid the Lord arise, confirming to my satisfaction and Tegan's rights to the lands he rules in my stead. Serve me well, Lord Tegan. Indeed. Serve our house well. We will accept this ransom here, I suppose. And so, yeah, we got to plan what to do from here. We have a little while before we can declare war again on the Southern Vale, which obviously we are going to do. We are going to conquer them. I think we're probably going to try to take the Duchy of 9 Stars next to potentially get us up next to Gulltown. But we'll see. Any interesting guests here? Not any. Nothing particularly interesting. We could potentially go and attack the Iron Islands. Well, we don't have a Casus Belli, but there's the possibility of taking the Cape of Eagles back from them. I would like to do that, but as somebody pointed out, they do kind of feel like an end boss. I don't know if the Greyjoys and the Iron Islands are the end boss, but I think they are a end boss. I think that the end boss is actually House Blackfyre, who is very powerful, as you can see. Definitely the most powerful of all the rulers in Westeros right now. But the Iron Islands are definitely a big bad guy in the scenario right now. Robin has come of age, and he is just a conscientious scribe. I mean, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, he actually still has very good learning, so he's not a scholar or anything like that. He's just very devout, and I think that that's perfectly okay. Where's he going? He is in the Kingdom of the Banefort, interestingly enough, which is at war. Oh, they're trying to vassalize Ashmark. Interesting. Okay, looks like Banefort's trying to do a little bit of expansion. That's pretty cool. But yeah, our son has gone there to presumably serve with the faith. Let's see here. I stand alone above my subjects as a sovereign ruler, unequaled in the realm. Dressing the part with resplendent garments and jewelry would serve as a subtle reminder to everyone that I am in charge. The 7 who are one's servants do not need finery. No, of course they do not. Who is this woman? Leonella Sunderland? This is the... Who are you? The wife? One of the wives? You have multiple wives? The 7 would not look upon that well. I think that we shall say... I think we shall decline, because you shouldn't even be having multiple wives. That's not a faithful thing to do. I would much prefer if you converted back to our faith. You know what? I wonder if can we send our priest in, convert the faith? Yeah, can we send you in? All right. So we're going to send our priest in. High Septon Bradwin is going to go in and try to convert the sisters back to the good faith of the 7. Yeah, we don't really have too many routes of expansion here. Let's see. Some of my counselors believe the job is theirs by right of blood or influence alone. How wrong they are. I expect results, yet I'm often disappointed. After a long day, I'm complaining to Hannah when she interrupts me. Let me do something about it, husband. A few lessons might sharpen their wits. Give a few lessons to my steward, Baryon? Perhaps you have advice for Valessa. High Septon Bradwin is in need of some guidance. This seems the obvious one, considering we just put Bradwin onto that role of converting the sisters. So I think that we're going to have our wife give him a few words before he leaves to go and do that. So there we go. That was actually quite fitting. Let's see here. We could... Yeah, no, we're not going to do that, Ransom. Children lack guardians, so we should probably take care of that. Our son, Jason Arryn, let's raise him ourselves. And then we've got 2 daughters as well. Let's see. Bethany can be raised by Gwyneth. And Jane can be raised by Malene Fernhollow. There we go. That takes care of that. And there we go. Oh, we unlocked a new diplomacy lifestyle perk. A life of glory, level of fame, impact. I mean, it's not the worst. Sponsored artifact. Wants to forge a dagger. I don't know if we want a dagger. I don't know if I want to spend my money on a dagger. I wouldn't mind doing... we could do another pilgrimage. Oh, you know what? We should do a grand tour. Somebody mentioned that. It would be fitting for us to do a grand tour, and our realm has expanded quite a bit. So I think that this would probably be a pretty good use of our money. Majesty tour, intimidation tour, taking these earn dread. I think Majesty probably makes the most sense. Even though the dread would be useful, we'll probably be doing a majestic tour. So obviously we got to go through the gates of the moon. I don't think we're going to visit Highstone here. We will need to go south and visit Derry. Oh, I wonder if You know what? Let's go back. I wonder if it makes sense to go to New Keep first, then to visit the sisters. Then we'll go to the Riverlands. Probably Lord Lucian. Then we'll hit up Derry, House Derry, and then we'll go to the Gates of the Moon on our way back. This seems pretty fitting. We're doing a circle. We're missing a few smaller lords, but we're hitting most of the high lords, such as Lord Paramount Maesart of House Frey. We've got Lucian of Fairmarket. He's powerful as well. Obviously, House Derry is one of the most powerful and influential houses in our realm. We go and visit our friend, and we go and visit the newly vassalized Theomar as well, not to mention also visiting Lord Arryn of Northbreach. We can't reach anybody else, so, and this is basically as much money as I'm willing to spend. Oh, there was something I needed to change in there. Let's fix this quickly. So I have changed the order a little bit here, and I just wanted to switch some of these things up. So first, we're going to go to the Moon Gates because we have to go through the Moon Gates on our way down anyways. So we're going to go and visit our distant cousin here. We're going to inspect the castle, tour the grounds here. Then we will go and visit our friend Tegan. We're going to go and have a feast with him. We're going to head to Lord Arryn of Northbreach. I'd like to do a cultural festival up there in the Fingers. I think that's fine. When we go to Lord Paramount Theomar of the Sisters, I'd like to tour the grounds. I'd probably like to tour the grounds of Lord Maesart of the Crossing as well. Actually, you know what? Let's have him host a feast. Yikes. The Phrasen feasts. We'll see how that goes. But in any case, we will go and visit Lord Lucian of Fairmarket. I wouldn't mind going and visiting his castle there. And then Lord Bastion of Trident's-Mouth, another feast. This seems fitting. There we go. So that's all I wanted to do there. We do need to do something about the danger. We do have some ship travel, and we're probably going to need to... let's see. Mountaineer, is that where the other danger is? Yeah, I mean, this is as safe as it gets, I think. So I think we should be fine with this. Activity options, let's go with a grand entourage, and we will travel with extravagant luxuries. Let's see, 60, luxurious furniture, excessive furniture. We've got the money for it, but I think we're just going to go with extravagant luxuries. That seems pretty fine there as well. And then do we go for justice, altruism, lechery, or retribution? I think justice for sure. That is going to distribute justice to even the pettiest of criminals, increases control, and just characters may lose stress. So that's actually good for us. There we go. The grand tour shall begin. The time has come for me to depart, and my court is ready. Our first stop will be to my vassal, Lord Conrad's castle, over in Moongates. I look forward to visiting him and seeing my realm one holding at a time. I'm certain the kingdom of the Mountain River and Vale's subjects will speak of my benevolence for a long time to come. I can't wait. So here we go. Let's follow the progression here. And here we head to the Moongates. Let us see what we've got. My arrival at Lord Conrad's castle in the Moongates is marked with fanfare befitting the king of the realm. The locals are clearly awed by the grandeur and pomp of my escort. A chance to see my vassal and whether his situation lives up to the nobility of House Arryn. Conrad outlines the planned tour and assures me Moongates is so fair and fine a land that merely gazing on her towns and fields will be entertainment enough. Or, you know, he's showing us the castle and showing how strong it is, because the Moongates is not a fancy place at all. Let's get to it. There we go. So let us see what we have here. Time is slowly passing. Our Majesty's success is going up. Give me my bloody money. The sound of splattering blood and cracking bones calls my attention to a lowly gutter, where I see an impoverished man being held up by the scruff of his collar by some local ruffian. Usually this type of thing would be below my hand, but can I really allow such blatant crimes to happen right in front of my face? Guards, arrest this fool? A good king defends his subjects. Who do we got here? Derek. Interesting. A good king defends his subjects. We would easily win. Guards arrest this fool. Oh, we would gain stress because we are just and compassionate. I think we need to step in ourselves here. I think this is just kind of an act of knightliness and an act of gallantry. So we're gonna go in. Obviously, we've got probably personal guards with us. So let's go and handle this situation personally here. So we win the fight. There we go. So that is good. And look at that. We're already at level 1 Majesty Tour success. So let's see. Somebody passed away here. Our friend Brindamir. Ah, here was the former Septon. All right, so time continues to pass. Let's speed it up a little bit here. Oh, and our wife is pregnant again. We got her pregnant just before we left, obviously. Offer knight tutelage for our son, for our nephew, I believe this is. That seems fine. We're just going to accept these knight tutelages here. I've concluded my royal visitation of the Moongates, and now my procession prepares to depart. Let's see, Lord Conrad comes to see me part, and with everyone present, it is time to collect tribute for bestowing him with my present. Time to collect tribute. I make no demands. Let's see. I think that we would presumably demand. No, we wouldn't demand tribute. He guards the gates. I don't think that we need to demand tribute from him. With my hunting bow at my side, a member of my party alerts me to the presence of a stag just below an embankment near a location. Standing at the edge of the cliff, I should be able to pierce its heart. For a skilled hunter such as I, it should be easy, but not without risk. The ground appears a little unsteady, but with careful footing, I should be able to slay the beast without issue. This should be easy. We are going to obviously take this option. We are a brave. We're not necessarily specifically brave, but we are a knightly sort. So yeah, let's do it. 100% chance of success in any case, because we are quite skilled. During the tour of the Gates of the Moon, I am locked in conversation with Lord Conrad, this must have been before we left, about the subtle art of diplomacy and appeasement when he is interrupted by one of his courtiers. The man is not allowed to speak for long before being silenced by his liege, but the wisdom he is able to dispense immediately proves he knows far more about the subject than Lord Conrad of Moongates could ever dream of knowing. If Conrad is unwilling to listen to this insight, perhaps he would be willing to join my court instead. Join me at court. Who is this? Ah, member of House Frey. Oh no, this is the former king. What is this? So we go to the Moongates and there's some mystery knight guy here. And it turns out to be the father of Lord Maceheart, the man who once ruled the kingdom of the twins and who we ousted from that position. What is he doing here in this court? This is an unambiguous crime. We can, oh my gosh, I mean, apparently this is actually a crime. Speaking out of turn. You know what? This guy was supposed to be exiled. I remember this. We exiled this dude, and now he comes back into our court. He's found in the Moongates. What is he doing here? You know, what is he trying to pull off? He's breaking his exile. So I don't think we're going to be imprisoning him for speaking out of turn. I think once we realize that this mystery knight hidden behind his mask is actually Rhaegar Frey, the former king of the twins who we ousted from that position and was sent into exile. Well, for breaking your exile, you are obviously going to be imprisoned. Wow, that was interesting. What a crazy event. We arrived in a small village in Shadyside to see quite a commotion. An unfortunate creature is surrounded by furious villagers. The bleak and hopeless look in his eyes fades and brightens as he notices my procession's approach. My king, these villagers say my actions have made a sinner of me, but it is all lies. Won't you give me the king's justice? True, the evidence seems circumstantial, but a lowly peasant should never speak to their king unprompted. Serving me will be his punishment? Oh wow, we would gain... Oh, this hits 3 of our traits? I think we have to take it. I've rarely seen an event that hits 3 of your traits at the same time. He's not a particularly good guy or anything, but I think we will I think we will do this simply because it was clearly the most fitting. You over there, I hear a distant cry. I'm sorry, my lord, but rare is the chance I have to talk to you. I understand that you must grow the realm, but the royal buildings that you've built here have left us without a job. He clutches his plow. 'Tis heavy in my heart, take this gold. Come work my lands, I shall give you what was taken from you. Yeah, okay. Let's see, here we have Raymond Moreland. His brother is a lord. Very well. Erie gains peasant influx for 10 years. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, all right. Come and work our lands. And here we join our good friend Tegan. I receive a welcome worthy of a king at the gates of Lord Tegan's castle in Donnersdown, and there is little doubt the splendor of my train has made a great impression. It has been too long since I sat down for dinner with such a good friend. The burdens of the realm are forgotten in this spirit too rarely. Tegan explains the planned evening banquet, promising entertainments and victuals on offer near the standards of my own court's dinners. He assures me that this is the finest food that he has to offer. Very well. Let's begin. This is good that we get to stop in with our dear friend, Lord Tegan. This evening, I'm seated next to Lord Tegan's courtier, Edwina, watching as she sighs into her plate with longing. Truly, I grow tired of life here in Donnersdown and long to elevate my station in life. My talents are wasted here, and lately I've been thinking of slipping off with you back to the Eyrie where I can show what I'm worth. Her laments seem genuine, but can I really steal from Lord Tegan of Donnerdown's court? Know your place, witch? Neither of these two options fit here. Of course, come with me. That doesn't seem fitting. And I can be a shoulder to cry on, at least. That also does not seem fitting. I think that we would say know your place. Maybe we don't say witch, but we might say wench. Because she should serve our best friend well. So there we go. She's our rival now. She didn't like that, but what do we have to care about what she thinks? Oh, we learned Gwyneth Arryn's non-believer secret. That is not good. It is morning, and I emerge reluctantly into the waking world as the morning sun pierces my vision. I see a servant shuffling awkward around the room, unsteady as she sets my breakfast down beside me. I ask what troubles her, and even with such minimal provocation, she begins to vomit words forth. Oh, my wise and kind king, these walls talk. Oh, what terrible things they say. I know so much. Too much, I think, some days. Lord Tegan of Donnersdown would never forgive me if I told you, but I just can't keep these secrets in my head anymore. Huh. We would learn Solan's lover secret. Well, I don't know if we would care about that. You should keep your mouth shut. Yeah, you know what? You should. Just don't spread gossip. Gossip goes against the faith of the Seven. You should just do your job and listen not close. There we go. Our tour becomes more majestic. There we go. Hit level 2. Wonder what happens if we get to level 4. That would be nice. Oh wow, 1,000 prestige, 150 renown, huge bonuses to our vassals. Oh wow, that's actually pretty good. Let's try to get that. My guest Alidor has approached me, claiming to have been given Lord Tegan of Donnerdown's permission. Everybody in Tegan's court is trying to come with us. They do not like living in Donnersdown. It is a backwater, I'm sure. Letting this pass would certainly improve my standing with the Lord, but is the install of ceiling members? No. Obviously, we are not going to. Oh, I see. He wants to join Tegan's court. Interesting. Very well. Go where your heart pleases. Yeah. Okay. This case, I think we can accept. It's all very confusing here. As I finish my latest meal, I cannot help but feel there's a hole in my stomach somewhere dessert ought to be. Lord Tegan of Donnersdown can read my mind, as even before I have the opportunity to complain, he calls for a servant to bring out his special cakes. Nothing but the finest hashish cakes for my king, he says, as an absolute mountain of the stuff is dropped onto my plate. I will consume it all. Wait, we would... Zealous is actually fitting for this? I would never? I mean, it seems to suggest that Zealous does go along with this for some reason. You know what? We grew up together when we were like kids. Maybe this is like something that we had tried like once when we were quite a bit younger. And you know what? The only situation, you know what? Our character is zealous. We're diligent. We're just. We're probably not a character who imbibes very much or very often, but you go and you visit your friend who you maybe haven't seen in a little while. You're, just enjoying it up. He brings out the hashish cakes. Sometimes even somebody who is, a little bit of a straight arrow might go in for something like that in this particular situation. So I think we're gonna do it. I think this would be a rare occurrence, but you know what? Let's enjoy. Dinner this evening is a little different from what I'm used to. The cook lackadaisically drops the bowl in front of me, and I'm immediately met with the most unworldly aroma I've ever smelled in my life. This dish from the depths of the seven hells is offensive to all the senses. Some slimy gray substance sits in its pale foamy broth like an untended chamber pot. Oh, with a single sprig of herb placed atop in a futile effort to make the thing look appetizing. My every instinct compels me to fling the thing at the nearest window, but Lord Tegan of Donnersdown assures me that it is a local delicacy worthy of a king. Down the hatch? Oh boy. Let's trust our best friend. The delicacy was incredible. Tegan did not steer us wrong. Good job, Tegan. Thank you for that, indeed. I've concluded my royal visitation, and the procession now prepares to depart. It's time for tribute. I think that we will ask for tribute from Tegan. He is our vassal, so I think it is only fitting. And he gave in, so there we go. And now we shall continue our journey northwards here. We're going to have to pass through Strong Song, but that's okay. We've got strong ties with Strong Song, and so we're going to head up here to Nuki, but we will do that in the next episode. So until the next time, Wanderers, thank you for bearing with me in this little bit of a rambly episode, but hopefully you enjoyed it anyways. So until the next one.